What's up? I'm live. And for some reason, OBS started freaking out partway through the opening there. I don't know why. I killed off the Windows update process, didn't change it. I restarted Discord, and it didn't change it initially, but it did go away shortly after. So I don't know if it was Discord for no reason in particular or what, but that was weird. Also, I think the second night in a row I've had that happen, which is even weirder. Who's hacking my computer around the start of the stream? Maybe it's the stream itself. Who knows? Anyway, that's not what's important. It's settled down and we're running at 60 FPS again. So, yeah, it's a Thursday night. This is the second Thursday night in a row that I've been live. Very unusual, that. But, as you can see with the timer at the top, this thing. I pressed that too soon, I guess, and it didn't properly trigger. There we go. Yeah. Subathon. I'm doing another subathon. Oh boy. By the way, isn't today when the Twitch sub-bundle bonuses kick in? Wasn't that the 25th, or was it the 26th? Yeah, checking. September. If the stream starts lagging, which, you can tell via Ferret. You know why? Yeah, September 26th. Okay, so tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Or, today at whatever time for you if you're in that part of the world already. Or maybe it is still tomorrow if you're that far east. I don't know. I'm not thinking about all the time zones. I gave the time in Eastern Daylight Savings Time. That's what I know. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, so that doesn't kick in until tomorrow. Funny, I started the subathon late partially to coincide with that, but then the subathon's gonna be on pause while that starts. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, subathon is ongoing. You can see we still got 16 hours, 16 minutes on the clock. I'd still like to see it hit 20 hours, but we started with 1854, and we're down to 1616, so we're only getting further away as the time progresses forward. I've not resumed the clock yet, obviously. I'll do that once we get into the game. There or thereabouts. The one thing I do want to mention, and it's in the title, I've been bringing this up a little bit. It's definitely not because I need it or anything, but I've decided to add a new deal for tonight only. We're only about $40 away, and if we get to that $100 goal, I've moved the My Summer Car Mortal playthrough Take 2 down to the $100 goal, but only for tonight. I hadn't previously decided on what would be at this goal, so if we don't hit it, I'll still have to do that, and the MSC goal will move back up to where it was. But, yeah, if you want to see me suffer, and maybe actually not die due to dumb AI, I mean, it probably will happen anyway, because that's just how it is. There you go. It's that much easier to attain now. And of course, $40 would add... Yeah, I know, Geeson. $40 would add... If you were to do $40 exactly, which isn't enough, but like one extra sub will do it. So if anybody's got a resub, there you go. $40 adds 80 minutes? Which, I mean, another hour 20, not bad. So that's an option. If anybody's got deep enough pockets and are willing to help out, there you go. And as a reminder, I've removed the Stream Elements links from my page for the time being because se.pay or sepay, however you wish to refer to it, they don't there's some sort of issue between them and my bank, basically. So they are basically useless to me. So everything directs to Ko-fi. And of course, the Ko-fi stream bot is there as well. My link doesn't have the referral bit on it, though, but either way. The only other option through Stream Elements was PayPal, and Ko-fi is... It's all through PayPal, but it offers more than just PayPal itself. Like, there's Venmo, there's a direct card input. It's all through PayPal, but... It's better. Also, it's got more options to it. I just noticed, though, I need to, do that. Alright, there we go. Now I have plenty of recording space on my recording drive instead of not having enough for tonight's stream. Yeah, that's the position I was in just then. Anyway, shall we actually get into the game? I've been sitting here for, well, over 11 minutes, technically, according to the stream, but in reality more like 5 or 6, just talking about stuff, which, I mean, not the worst thing to be doing. But let's get into the gameplay, and let's resume that timer fairly shortly. Alright, and here's these stupid unskippable snippets that I just absolutely hate that I have to sit through now. I hate it. I get it, but also I hate it. Been playing this game since update 4. I understand the risks. Just let me play. Okay. So I am going to continue. I have played offline since the last time a little bit. It was during the anniversary window, which I think just ended yesterday, actually. And, where is the command? Resume. Please don't kill the timer. Good. Also, that's 12:24 p.m., I believe. Just in case that wasn't obvious. Is it snowing? Why? Not be snowing. I mean, I've got the Fixmas Everyday mod working, so... Didn't think that that would do that, though. Not there. Fine. I don't want it to be snowing. Shouldn't take too long to load back in now that the game is actually loaded at once. Or, you know, it might take the same amount of time that it would otherwise. Look around a little bit. Get the game to load. I am not even hitting 60 FPS. What the hell? What am I set to? It should be like 75 or 90. 75, yeah. Huh. That's new. Okay, well, hopefully it settles down and comes up. Yeah, now I'm up to 75. What the hell? So if I go back here, does it drop back down? No, it was just finishing loading. Okay. So yeah, it's been a while since we were last here. And just to verify, I mean, I already know because didn't hear anything, but... Yep. Anniversary event has ended. And the toilet is back to being usable. Really want to use it with how it was during the anniversary event? Yeah. I guess just a quick revisit to things and stuff. This is where I've set up shop. I think I originally spawned somewhere over there, and I think I fairly early on moved down here, or I was over there and then moved over here eventually. I don't know. But this is just basically an area for processing slugs, courtesy of these downloaders. Yes, I play modded, in case that wasn't already obvious. So it just processes biofuel and alien protein and power shards. And they're all slooped, of course, because why wouldn't they be? And where is it? Right down here. There's an awesome sink. I've got 647 coupons waiting for me, which is nice. Got my doggos over there. There's some miscellaneous stuff from when Fixmas was actually properly happening back there, but we don't care about that. And this is the Dune Desert, which is noticeably empty. I have played somewhat recently, since 1.1 came out, but yeah, that is, I think, steel products over there. Containers are not rendering, funnily enough. Thank you, Geeson. Bordering on Chile. Or Chile? Either way, thank you very much, Geeson, for the $21 tip. And, of course, the pun to go with it, I guess. Your contribution has added... what? 42 minutes to the timer? And that also puts us about $20 away from the MSC goal. It might be $20.50. I think it's stupidly close. But yeah, thank you very much, Geeson. Not for the pun, just the tip. Also, if you notice in the top right, the tips isn't updating. You know, the corners, the top corners of the stream has the trackers for follow, sub, bits, and tips. That's all through Stream Elements. There's no Ko-fi integration there, so I'll maybe hopefully have a solution fixed for that later in time, but not right this second. I haven't gotten around to it yet. So yeah, that was a steel factory. I think over there is Nobelisk. There's some SAM-related stuff back there. And then all the way back there where you can't see is quartz-related stuff. Power augmenters up there. But otherwise, like this factory, if anybody remembers back when I was playing prior to 1.1, or this desert used to be filled with factories. There's still something over here. I think that's automated miners. Oh yeah, the hands freak out when you zoom in too far. But otherwise, like, there's really nothing around. You gotta go over to that monstrosity. There's stuff over the coast. Coal power, but yeah, there's just nothing here. And the reason why is because I decided to make a giant project part factory in the desert. Yeah, in this area somewhere. I want there to be a large factory that's producing not only all of this stuff up here, but also all of the other different project parts that have come before them. So, not that. Huh. That's the string that I would use to enable the transformer model. I mean, I can run it. I don't think it'll make a difference, but interesting that that came up. I didn't have that in my pasteboard, in my clipboard, mind you. That wasn't pasted in. That was just automatically there from the last time. So yeah, anyway, I want a giant factory to be here. And I should probably... If I just pause, I can tab out. Let me make it so that this window doesn't cover the chat. Hey, Callie. Working on it. Yeah, I want to build this facility. I want to see both Discord and other things. Hmm? Now that's interesting. I'm just noticing how much time the bot added, and it's an odd amount. I wouldn't have expected it to work out to that, but anyway. So, yeah, I want a big factory here. The problem is, I'm going to require over 1,700 bauxite, 314 caterium, which, there it is. Hi, train. But yeah, that node is sufficient. Over 7,400 coal, which is a lot. Some amount of copper, it's all around here. Almost 1,000 crude oil, which, I mean, there's plenty over that away. Over 3,000 iron ore, again, very much covered. 500 some limestone, not a big deal. 280 nitrogen actually is a bit of an issue because, well, remember that train that was over there? Yeah, that's the one set of nitrogen nodes in this area. Already using them. 2,200 raw quartz, which is actually not a problem because there's a bunch of quartz down that way. Over 3,200 SAM, which is a bit of a problem because that... Yeah, there's no good concentrated area of SAM or SAM. It's not SAM ore, actually, but regardless. Sulfur, there's a node up there, not a problem. And then a boatload of water. See all that water out there? Yeah, not a problem. Just run some pipes up over the edge and into the factory. So anyway, yeah, that's a lot of stuff that's needed. Also, fun fact, let's see, what's the biggest one? Oh yeah, the SAM ore, of course. The amount of SAM I need is about 32% of what's available in the game. So, yeah, that's a fair amount. Fine. Yeah, they make noises. I run closer. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably have a large depot down here. I should only need 3 stations on each end. So 3 stations here that go to 3 stations elsewhere. One's going to be going over to the Spire Coast, and then the other 2 are going to be this way. Wait, hold on. I still have my speakers turned up. Turn them down. But yeah, I think what I want to do is add even more train lines, or trains to this line. It's going to be a very busy area. But that's fine. Wonder if that train's coming all the way down here. Yeah, it is. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to run this, because, like I said, there are quartz nodes right here, here, and there. And that's what I need. But also, there's other stuff in this area. There's some coal over that way that I want to grab. And I think that's it for this particular station. But I gotta figure out how to work the rails into this area. because obviously these trees are quite annoying. I can technically remove them with a mod, but you're always, you two, you're always there. The other thing is I do want to have a train line continuing down that way and over for nitrogen, aluminum, and I think some SAM ore. Sam? Just Sam. Just Sam. I mean, this station is easy enough. I can just put it over here and then have these resources load into it. There's the nuclear platform. There's no nuclear there yet. Haven't gotten to that point. Oh, Jesus. Kelly. Oh, boy. Thank you so much, Kelly, for the $30. That was totally not necessary to do that much, but I appreciate it anyway. $30 does put us above the goal. If the bot actually ever does that. It hasn't on my stream. Oh, there it went. Yeah, that's like $10 more than was necessary. I guess I'm playing my summer car in the not too distant future. Oh, why did I do that to myself? Alright, well, deal's done. I'm gonna update some things to reflect that. And thank you, again, thank you very much, Kelly, for the $30 tip. Thank you for adding however much time. It should be an hour that got added to the clock. I don't know if it actually was. What does the bot say? 3,600. Okay, it's working just fine. Alright, set that to no longer be there. I think the next one was that. Was it this? Yay. That one I'm not looking forward to either if it's hit. Doggo. Doggo. There are a lot of doggos down there. I think I tamed some of them. Yep, doggo, doggo. There are a lot down there, though. Okay, so the stuff has been updated in the bottom, so we're, what, like $65 off of the next goal, roughly? I think it's 175, which is what I set it to. And it is going to be at least one Civ 5 playthrough, possibly more. Callie, I've very specifically been avoiding Civ 5 just because I know how it is. I have 70-some hours in it. I want to keep it that way. Playing it does not keep it that way. So that's why it's just a matter of not really wanting to go back to it. The hatcher over there that keeps going in and out of render range. I'm right here. Oh yeah, maximum dismantle limit via mod is now 100,000, so I can select all the things, like literally just all the things I can select. It's not a problem, and I might not actually be able to select enough from right here. Yeah, we're past the 50 limit. It's not a problem. It's effectively infinite, because who's actually going to dismantle that many hundreds of things? That many tens of thousands, even. just want to fill in under here. Yeah, there's a very good reason why I play modded, and it's because it just allows for so much more functionality. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Buffer stops. They were a thing added in 1.0. And you have to add them to the end of tracks, otherwise trains will just go flying off if they go into the end of a track. Oh, and I also have this mod. It doesn't... Oh, it doesn't want to select it now. It doesn't look like anything special until I place it. But when I do place it, you can see it's a regular locomotive. I know there's some weirdness with it, but it should eventually go the right model. It doesn't want to. Anyway, I have a mod installed that allows me to place B units, which are basically just headless trains. So, maybe I'll use them at some point. Yay, Z fighting! Alright, this should be fine for now. Want you facing that way. Want you facing that way. And you can not face where I want you to, because yeah, I have to add these right now though, otherwise it'll get unhappy with how large that zone is. So what I might do is remove these as a result and just make these one long block section. Maybe not. Go about halfway between the two and then place them down. Oh, come on. Come on. That was annoying. No, I haven't played this much in a while. Can you tell? There. So for now, at least, this block section here is kind of pointless. Also, where are all the trains? Well, that's one of them. This must be the other one? No. It's literally right there. Gonna wave again. So, of course, go the correct direction, not a problem. And this will allow me to build off in a different direction. However, this tree is a bit of a nuisance. I normally build with a 2-meter platform, so I might start doing that here. Give me that. Oh, right. Then grab that. How was I doing that before? Right. Well, that works. I'm trying to use mods to change how I'm building it. Not working perfectly. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Yeah, I could probably get away with just one train, honestly. But it's fine. No, that's not gonna... well... more trains does equal more fun. That is absolutely correct. I mean, it does clip. It does technically clip. However, I can definitely do something about that. Well, first let me get this worked out. So that's gonna be there, right? I'm remembering this correctly. Yeah. You can't hold tracks, huh? No, I just hit G. I just hit G is all. Weird shadow effect. Oh, there's a pot over there. Probably clean that up now that I can. I think I have the right corner. Then we grab... is it that piece? That piece. You know me, you know, you probably know rather, that I don't really tend to care for aesthetics, but it's not as though I never pay attention to them whatsoever. There's only so much I can realistically do for that inside corner, but... yeah, and if you heard meowing, that's why. They're down there. Sure. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that weird shadow, but it is certainly a thing, isn't it? Actually, no. This is what I'll do. reconnect it to be safe, because you can sometimes get some weird behavior if you're not careful with your junctions. And so then the idea here is just that signal there, that signal there, block signal there, block signal there. And that is a happy block. Well, except for over here, but I already knew that would be an issue, I just didn't have the track built yet. Oh yeah, I extended that further. Hopefully I can get away with being this close to the junction. There can be weirdness sometimes. Can you... You know... That was not what I wanted. Yes, I want it the other way though, game. Oh, you can actually place evenly like that. Now, if only it would let me place on the opposite side. Like I can do here. Bastard. Yeah, that is a little close to everything, but, I mean, the signals seem fine with it. What if we then ran over this way? Not gonna clear that, huh? I mean, that's simple enough to do. Let me see, I did that. And... that's complicated. Can you allow me to, you know, zoop them side to side, please? Guess not. Oh. Glad that doesn't work. What are the hotkeys? What did I do over here? That was a 4... Oh. That was going to a 4, though. Inverted 2 should be sufficient, I guess. Maybe? And then if I just do this... Yeah, I want to do both at the same time, though. Don't have enough mods, clearly. And then over this way, probably like right here. Let's go with this one. What was the keybind for it? Hold on. Tabbing out. Oh, that's why. Much simpler key. I said, you. Oh, you have to hold it, I see. Is there a setting for that? Not in here. No, I don't want it always on. I want to be able to not have it be a toggle. Yes, all that does is, in case it's not obvious by seeing both things, basically it just removes any disqualifiers for building things. Like, you want to build this? Go for it. It's fine. That doesn't reach? Now it does. Aren't mods great? What centered? Yes, it is. There's just a lot of space in between them is all. That's how it was back there as well. Just gonna build these here temporarily. Yeah, snap doesn't really work, does it? Okay, I can do this. Deconstruct those. What would happen if you make the train do a loop-de-loop? That sounds very difficult. I don't know. I don't know that there's an easy way to make it do a loop-de-loop because I don't think you can actually invert the tracks. Like, yeah, I can do this, but... Well, there's your answer, basically. Once it gets to a point, it just twists around. Yeah, that's never gonna work well. Do windows? Would the train do it? I mean, yeah, probably. Sciencing it, I guess. Yeah, what a surprise, it works. Alright, now that that predictable experiment is over... Yeah, I'm not in the least bit shocked by any of that just happened. So this goes over here, and then I can have those be removed and build from there, and that'll be a station, and that'll go up that way and down to here probably somewhere, because there's aluminum... Oh, honestly. Bauxite. I don't know why you're highlighted yellow, but you sure are. Yeah, there's bauxite over here. Oh, I see. That's the cluster for those two. I thought there were only 2 nodes there. There are. There's nitrogen down here, somewhere around here. And I think there's sand ore that I'm gonna pull from out over this way as well. Bring it up over to here. That can go down this way. And again, there's the quartz around here. There's the coal around here. Yeah, the quartz is down here, which is why I left plenty of room so that I can be sure that things happen. Oh, the aurora's coming out already, huh? Neat. My frame rate's kind of tanking a bit, though. It's almost 60 FPS. I blame the swamp. This belts I'll go from over here. Also, you can just, yeah, clean all this up. Multiple parts, but you can do that. Hello to you over there. I'm staying over here, though. If I come back this way, is this the right way? It's vaguely in the correct direction, and yes, it is in the correct direction. Hey, look. Coal. I'm already using the other 2 nodes. Completely? No, clearly not. Nice. Technically, I probably could steal from one of these. Like, move as much off of this onto that as possible. Although that's 420 and this is 780. I think that was just built that way because I didn't have access to Mark 6 belts yet. Because why would it be 780? Oh well, doesn't matter. I don't actually need that coal. And these here, hello, particles. Pure and pure. That's 2,400 coal right there. I only need 3,000 something, right? I'm on the wrong tab. No, I need 7,400 coal, but it's fine. I don't need all of that coal. Where am I? On this path. I'm going down to the ground so that I can slide hop. Yeah, radiation, whatever. Let's wait for it, maybe. Damn it. You heard it a couple times there. I don't think I had heard that since update 4. The steam whistle. But they seem to have finally added it back with 1.1. Oh dear. These are running quite empty, aren't they? I mean, not empty. So it should be fine. I say that, should be fine, but... Well, that's only the backbone of my entire power grid, so it's fine. Do I actually have a power hook up here? This side. Yes. I have 250,000 capacity, and this factory is going to take up to 200,000. The one that I'm working on, slowly but surely now. And it's going to give me an extra 100% power. Yeah, okay, I don't need to build out the rest of the factory. I'm still not using all of it, mind you. Fluid sink. That one is in use. That one is in use. Was it the upper ones that were sunk, I guess? Yeah, so that one's sunk. And then this one is sunk. So I'm sinking 2 fluid buffers worth of output. Which, keep in mind, is about 600 cubic meters a minute. Why that line is... No. Flashlight on B. Oh, wow. Yeah, they don't fool around with the aurora on this planet. When it shows up, it shows up. Quite spectacular, that. Still pisses me off that to this day I've never seen it IRL. Despite multiple attempts. Like, I've gotten maybe a hint of it on camera through really fucking with the exposure. But every time it happens, and it's actually visible where I am, it's either cloudy, or I don't realize that it's happening until it's too late. I've never been able to see it. That is very frustrating, because I want to see it. Because, like, you know, even if it's not as spectacular as this, it's still something I want to see. Because it's cool. The reason why I came over here is because I could work on that train line, but I think I want to establish at least some of the area that they're going to dock at. Or continuing on. And I guess... something like this. Yeah, I don't know how exactly large this area is, how large exactly this area is going to be. Where exactly did you build to? Right there. Just go deleting that for now. By expanding out this way. Again, I only need 3 stations. But 3 stations isn't nothing either. Aurora's gone. Shame. Alright, well. We'll start working on this area a bit, because I know what I want there, I just don't know how much of each resource I'm necessarily gonna want in terms of, like, carriages. Because that kind of dictates how long the thing is. Also, I still never built the other side of that, huh? It's just, ooh. Okay. Still never built the other side of that, though. Honestly, I can understand why. But as the sun rises, it's time for another save, because it's time for a break. What's my save format? Lots of offline building. Right, that's how I did it. Sure. And then I'm going to go in here and set you down to... Can I set it to 10? No. Fine. 30 FPS it is. 10 would be more fun, though. Anyway, as the bot said, it's time for another break. Or, really, time for the first break of the night. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, and oh, it turns out that if you actually hit enter on that, it goes above what it's set to. Okay. Even though I hadn't hit apply yet. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to run some ads for a little bit during this time while I'm away, and by running ads now, it prevents pre-rolls for next hour and ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free at the small cost of some ads now while nothing of importance is happening. I mean, this background is really nice, at least in my opinion. I mean, Witness is a damn good-looking game, but yeah, I don't know, maybe you don't like it. Either way, that's all you're missing out on. When I get back, we'll continue working on the initial infrastructure, because in order to start building a factory, I do need to be able to actually get the resources to said factory, right? So, gotta start somewhere. Anyway, BRB? Alrighty, I am back, and it actually just occurred to me that, and I'm not asking anybody do this, but in theory, another 30, maybe a little bit more than $30, whether it be tips or subs or bits, equivalent for subs at least. Oh, bits too. 3,000 bits. Technically, that would, although I suggest don't gift subs until tomorrow when the bonus is active. But yeah, another $30 or so of equivalent value would add another hour to the stream, and so we could actually end today's stream potentially with that, with more time on the timer than there was initially. Not gonna happen most likely, and that's fine. But just an observation. Anyway, let's get back into it. I already unpaused the game once. Oops. Now much brighter out because daytime. How do I want to do this? Well, first and foremost. Oh, do I only have all that? Okay. I think we won 3 station widths, which this is more than enough. But while I could just build something on that platform, and it would be faster that way, why not just bounce over here? Because I can then check in on the doggos and see what they've picked up. Oh, some Nobelisk, nice. Can feed that in for stuff. That as well, very nice. We'll get back to you two in just a second. Nobody else that way. Sam, alright. Some more stuff to feed to the thing. And, wow. Okay. Good lizard doggos. You too, even though you're just looking off that way. Bye guys! Sorry you can't come with me. Not those two. Here, let me add things to my thing before I forget. Okay, so those can get added over here, I guess. Not that I ever remember to take from there. Use the right key, dumbass. Actually, can I even sink Sam ore? I definitely can't sink everything that was put in there. You can't sink these nuts, so that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, put the computers in there as well. What idiot put nuts in the system? Anyway, 8,000 DNA points, and well, that's still producing 654. That's more than there was before, and that's good because, well, we're going here. A bit of a shopping spree. I don't really care about any of this stuff. I did buy the anniversary tape just in case that went away after the anniversary was over. You never know what they're going to do. That's all modded stuff, but I have it all. Sure. I really don't need them, but sure. Why not? That's all good. Basic shelf unit. I'm not looking for aesthetic stuff. I'm looking for functional stuff at the moment. Architecture, like that's... I don't care about the elevator. I already have modded elevators. Beam expansion pack. I mean, the round concrete beams could be useful. Structural cable. What do you mean beam support beam connector and double beam connector? What? That's... Okay, we'll see what that does. Ventilation bundle, I don't care. This is what I'm here for. Modular stations. And then this is just... yeah, we don't care about that. 29 coupons? Alright.
Humans have long practiced delegating work that strains and tires them to machines. It is their best achievement. Simple counting and short-term memory are often among such challenges, which the conveyor throughput monitor is specialized in. Simply add it to any belt, and it will tell you its throughput after only 1 minute.
Yeah, that's nice. Except, again... I don't know who Ben is, but not only is it a limiter, but it also shows how much... yeah, calculating. Oh, wow. Really? Really? Yeah, so... got those now. Woo. More importantly, though, look at all this. Train stations, modular train stations. See, this is why I like playing with mods, because you just get some really cool shit sometimes, not to mention the quality of life stuff. Like my hazmat suit that doesn't need filters, or my gas mask that doesn't need filters, or my blade runners that are even better than default ones, including negating all fall damage, or my jetpack that has a much longer range to it. It does consume 500 megawatts, admittedly, and it required a supercomputer, but still. You know, if you don't like these things, fair enough. You don't have to use them. I use them, though. So what if... what if I was just to dedicate an obnoxiously large area to this? Also, because of the power of mods, I was able to just do that like it was no problem. Which is awesome. Okay, so... I think what I want to do is I actually just want to do a regular train station somewhere over here. Because then I can have one that has the freight platform, as well as the freight platform, the regular one. And yeah, there was another modded item there. I don't think I'll ever use them, but it's a thing. So I can have that. But then I think I also... will want this. And I want to leave sufficient room to be able to do stuff. And if I do train station left, I don't know how to... can I just do that? Do they have any amount of interaction between them? Do they just kind of work separately? I don't know. And then from here, dummy station. Oh yeah, dummy stations. Those are things. And the cool part is that there's also middle stations, but I assume that they can only be built off of these. Yeah. So you can have like a through line. There are also underneath stations. No, those are the gantries. Yeah, port's below. So I don't think it's actually properly. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of showing in a weird spot, but it would be underneath. You're not showing a nameplate, which is interesting. And then from here, on these, going back to these stations, I can just have... you know, freight platform there, and a freight platform there, and... you know. However many I need. And if I had a need for it, I could totally just add a central bit with a central line, like a pass-through. I don't really need that. And I'll expand that out as needed. So this is a bit overkill, admittedly. But... yeah. Why not have a double station, you know? Why not? Looks a little weird compared to the normal one, though. Because it's a similar width, but it's clearly double tracked. But, I mean, it works, right? So... eh. Anyway, how... sorry, mouse-related issues, if you will. How do I want to do this? I think coming in from right here will be good. There's the potential to be so far off by the time that I get up here. If I didn't get that angle vaguely right. Balls. I'm guessing it's from this one. I'm guessing it's this one. Just build these out here, although I will need to put down block signals just to chop up the tracks as I wish. Do have to be a little bit careful of not messing up the passing trains. Not that one, that one. You can go to there, but then you also have to go out to here, and then you go into there. Give me a break. And it didn't register my control hit there. I changed which wall I was looking at, but only just barely, so it placed it slightly differently. That is a 1 meter up. I need 2 meter. There. Trying not to screw things up for the passing trains. Right, everything looks good. This is a little close to me putting this, I'm not gonna lie, but where it fits. And in theory, that's where it lines up to. Train network. Not that way, that way. Sure. Yep. That all seems to work well, and you're complaining because, well, yeah, obviously. $42, that seems like a good number. Whee. Well, I got the estimation right, however, I don't need to go to 42. And of course there's a 1 meter offset. Why wouldn't there be? Only need to go to 40. Also, I probably won't want most of this platform to be 4 meter blocks, but I don't know that for a fact. Alright. So, let's see. Put that to be 1 meter. And there we go. Connection up to the main line. No, I can't do that from there. Okay, that's the map. How did I end up on the map when I wanted the build inventory when one is M and the other is Q? Don't ask me, I don't know why I did that. I want you right there. Yeah, this no construct disqualifier mod is really nice, because why shouldn't I be able to build longer splines? You know? It just works. Maybe I don't want to build them quite that long, though. Figuring it out as I go. Nope, that's not going to get me what I want. That's good for the Mark II, but we'll face the rest of that some other time. That is a bit of a tight corner, isn't it? So I think quite simply I just have one that goes over to here. And then from there I can actually have it basically have a queue lane and then into the station and then back out. This is really problematic because I don't know how much I need, and that would really help with building this. It just wants to snap all the time now when I do that. Alright, well. Yeah, I really can't build more of this until I figure that out. Damn it. Okay, so I have 2,400 coal a minute. I like trains too, Kiosk. It's up. I think 2,400 coal per minute. And then however much in the way of quartz needs to come in. Gotta tab out again. I do not have enough screen real estate for all this. Basically 2,400 raw quartz a minute. So I think they're gonna both need at least 2 stations, if not 3. Also, Kiosk, you like trains? Trains can get even better with mods. So if I probably want 2 unloading, but probably more like 3. Let me reference that, which again, tabbing out. Can't see, but I did capture. Is that 1 station or 2 duct taped together? 2 duct taped together, kind of. Let me put it this way, Kiosk. I can do this. I don't understand exactly how this works entirely. No, not middle gantry. Is there no dummy station? Oh, whatever. Yep, that's definitely what I tried to grab. Station on either side of two pass-through lanes. Possible. I don't have quite that need. Also 100,000 dismantle limit. Because mods are great like that. Is there a smarter train mod too? Yes, actually, there is. And I'm fully planning on utilizing it. That's why I have so much space here. I'm gonna have a little yard that trains can park up in and go in as needed. Queue up. Where is it? Dynamic train routes. Real-time dynamic pathfinding for trains. Like, again, mods are great, because look, you can actually see what I'm building in the map. In-game. All there. Who needs SCIM? I mean, don't get me wrong, the interactive map is great when you're not in-game. And it's great for, you know, not cluttering your map with all sorts of blips for different ore things, but yeah, it's nice to also be able to see what you've done in-game. Okay. The round trip on the coal and the quartz is going to be fairly short. I think if I just give 3 per, it should be fine. Yeah, kiosk. I mean, to be fair, it's complex doing this. You know, this is not something simple to add. And this isn't even as fancy as the online interactive map. Why were you slowing down? You have a path through there. You weren't intersecting? Like, look, do those look like generators to you? But at the same time, all the generators below are somewhat occluded, but not completely. Also, this is the closest in I can get. Although I can do this. Okay, that's pretty cool. Actively redrawing it, scanning up through the world. At some point, I'll reach a threshold at which it can't keep going up. Yeah, that's got to be low enough, surely. No? Is that junction 1 blocked, though? It should be. And look, those guys just passed through, no problem. Maybe that train was just coming out of here. That's probably why it was slow because of that, or maybe there was another train in front of it. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so if I leave 3 per... And then I'm going to want empty platform on at least the one side. What about the other? The other one that's not bringing in fluids. Oh, but they're... I just remembered I'm bringing in nitrogen on one train and oil-based stuff on another, so I actually have 2 that have fluid. So I guess this will be the fluid one, and that will be not fluid. In which case, let me remove the fluid. Do I just put it like that? I guess I just put it like that. Give me a break. That was 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna delete those until I actually figure out how I'm building it. This one is fine as is, though. Okay. I mean, I could force that to work. What if I did do that? That's still too close? Don't need that then. Like that. Yeah, I know you're not happy. And then if a train... oh. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. But yeah, that works. However... it's not gonna work because... empty platform with catwalk, and now I can build stuff out. There. So that'll be that station sorted. This other one, am I gonna have enough room, actually? To do what I wanted to do? You know, I guess I could do this. However, I think at that point I'm out of options, and that looks terrible, honestly. You will never have enough room. Damn straight. Not happy with any of this. Yeah, you did, Chaos. Oh, the sub count dropped. I'm not sure. Might be a mod, might be 1.1. Who knows? I don't. You're really not gonna let me select that. That took way longer than it should have. Did you miss an invisible achievement, Kiosk? No, none of that's gonna give me what I want. The ma'am? That doesn't sound right. Add a path signal here. And a block signal out here. That should actually make that block over there happy. And you're the only one that's unhappy at this point, which is true. Although you should be slightly unhappy, but it's fine. All of them, ma'am. Okay. Don't know how you did that, but that's kind of impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Seems to be unmodded behavior. Well, there you go. There were some really nice quality of life features added in 1.1, so... You know, I didn't know, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was, so good to know that it is, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we could totally just fudge that. Yeah, Kiosk, how did you get the golden nut and yet you never expanded your depots? That's kind of crazy. Now, I honestly don't know how well this will work. But the idea at this point is basically to, these tracks are on weird alignments. Go to like right there. The idea is to feed one in here, and then have a second line going in over here, right? And then I can probably just shortcut out to here. But this will be a staging yard. That's not going to be long enough, though. God damn it. Doesn't help that I don't know how long my train's gonna be. That is the amount of space I have effectively given myself. I can give myself a lot more space, though, fortunately. I have no spheres in storage to easily do the unlocks. Well, guess you're going hunting if you want to unlock it. Oh, come on. I can't get that close to there. Oh, I did not like me doing that. Got very unhappy about that. How bad is that? Only a little bit of hover track. I'll fix that eventually, but don't expect too much out of me. I mean, I guess I can do it right there. So I want that to be 4 away from that. Alright, that's basically as far back as I can bring that. There's no reason not to have those just be one long segment, so make it happen. I think I want you right there. And thus you would be right there as well. Then I can finally take these and expand them out to... right there, maybe? Yeah, that should be sufficient. Only a little bit of overextending. Also, ooh, pretty lights. Big structure, but pretty lights. Okay. I'll probably just want that there. That is a path signal. And then I also want block signal there and a path signal there. Because intersecting track. And then I'll actually bring this out to here. I'll just bring it out to here for now. Because why can't I just have a track coming back more directly? Yeah, here you go. Hopefully plenty of area to stage a train. Well, it's not perfect, is it? Only 5 carriages. Only 5. Oil and Sam. Sam is gonna be 1 to 2. Oil will probably be... I don't need a ton of oil, so that's probably fine. Bauxite, nitrogen, and Sam. Nitrogen is like 1 car's worth. That'll be plenty. Sam is 1 to 2. Bauxite is 2. So that should be fine. And this train station is complicated. Not gonna lie. Put you there. Don't know how many oil platforms I'll need, because liquid platforms are notoriously inefficient. I need 2 for that. What if I put you over here? No, not train station. I need freight platform. That's basically the amount of wiggle room I have. I mean, I could always bump this out and get myself that extra bit, I guess. Yeah. Stream's coming to break point here shortly. Not close enough. Come on, I want to build this quickly. There we go. That is very red. Alright, well, as the bot said, it's time for a break. So close. And just very quickly set you down to 30. And then over to the AFK scene. Oh, we're finally back down. I just noticed it's been like this for like 7-8 minutes probably. 7 minutes. We're back down to where we were about an hour ago. Or below where we were about an hour ago. What I should say. Over an hour ago? Probably. I don't have a way of seeing Ko-fi tips easily. That's the one problem with Ko-fi, is it's not really designed as well for Twitch as Stream Elements is, but again, SE Pay doesn't want to work for me, and Ko-fi has more PayPal options than just straight up PayPal. They're all through PayPal, but it's at least not straight through PayPal and nothing else, right? Again, Venmo is an option. Entering your card manually is an option. There's a couple of other options, but like, it's all PayPal at the end of the day, but at least there's some variety to it. Versus Stream Elements, effectively at this point for me, is just sign in with your PayPal account and send an amount. And that's it. Ko-fi has that too, plus others, so. But yeah, I don't have an easy way to see that, so I don't have a good reference for when the last contribution was for the time. I mean, I could scroll back through chat, I guess. And of course, thank you again, both Kelly and Geeson, for your contributions. Helping to meet that My Summer Car bonus deal. I took 150 off that deal, just remember that. Thank you guys regardless, though. Gets me that little bit closer to maybe possibly being able to replace my car's battery. Still a long ways off, admittedly. Need 300 plus easily. Realistically, probably like 350 plus. No, not 350. Like 250 total on the tracker, but also keep in mind a lot of that money, a good amount of it, is wrapped up in Twitch currently, which I won't get until the middle of next month. So, but that's fine. That I can wait. I'll get it when I need it. That's what's most important. Anyway, enough about that. It's time for a break. I'm just going to take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream I run ads. Prevents pre-rolls for next hour. Blah, 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 blah. Ad-free gameplay. The small cost of ads now during this AFK scene. That's the idea. When I get back, we'll continue reworking this train yard until I'm happy with it. And then go from there. So, yeah. Garby? Alrighty, I am back. Completely forgot about this initially, but anybody have that rewind functionality? If you're a subscriber, in theory, you should have access to it. Same thing if you're a Twitch Turbo user. Twitch just announced it earlier today, but they're finally adding the ability to rewind live streams. Not available for everyone yet, because ads. But it should be there. I did check. It was automatically enabled for all affiliates and partners, but I did check. It was enabled on my channel. So in theory, you can go back and then, just resume live watching without having to open a separate tab or anything. And apparently it even supports fast forwarding to catch back up. Like it handles it just like YouTube, where it'll fast forward for a while, and then if it hits live, it goes back to 1x speed. So that's cool. I can't check because I'm not watching my own stream. I mean, I am, technically, but it's on my iPad, and you know how out of date that version of the mobile app is? Seems to work? Cool. It's nice that they're finally adding it. It'll come to the masses, like, non-subscribers, non-turbo users, eventually. They said something about ads being the reason why it's not available to everyone quite yet. Because, of course it's because of ads. But it's finally happening, at least. It's been... I don't even want to think about how many years it's been, but it's been... Right, I have to slightly redesign this. These were all freight, right? Yeah. What was that? Oh, the crossing, right. Great platform. I didn't even need to go into the radial menu for that, but I did. Especially now that there's a bit more space, I'll just put them this way. There is a minute difference between these, and it's mildly annoying that there is a difference. I don't know which way is right, quote unquote, and which way is wrong. It doesn't honestly matter. Why not wiggle that one? No. Wrong. The station is its own block, so it's fine that way. There shouldn't be enough trains, like I think 2 trains is sufficient, so that it shouldn't need more than this amount of space in one block. And I mean, if it does, just park on the hill, I guess. It's not ideal, but it could work. Okay, now to redesign this again. So that was all the way up there because that was the minimum amount of space required to make this happy. And I can hold it, but I can't nudge it. That's annoying. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Force that to build because why not? And then that should be good enough, probably. Brains, thank you for the resubscription, theoretically. Appreciate it. A 7th month streak, nice. And that did add a bit of time. It bumped us back over 16 hours. I completely forgot to mention something about that being a thing that happened, passing 16 hours. Passing under 16 hours. It should have happened a long time ago, but you guys just keep bumping it back up above it. Or away from it. Yeah, thank you very much for resubscribing. Very much appreciate it. Yes, that actually is fine. Okay. Alright, now to double check. Do I actually have room for 6? Yes. So throw that over there. Throw that over there, and then I'm going to need an empty platform on both sides. Which does make this rather tight. But fine. Come on. It was going to build, and then suddenly it decided, actually, you know what? After you rotated me, I don't feel like it anymore. I'll come out of the station, I guess. Then if I do this, I can create that mess of tracks. You're not gonna appreciate that, right? No, that's not sufficient for you. I mean, it kind of works. I think the problem is that track specifically. Conflicting entry signal types. Conflicting entry signal types, really? Of course, I don't have any other signal types, which is kind of annoying because, you know, overlapping. Yeah, they get happy through that, and that is a fine configuration. They're okay with that. I guess I just have to build out this hill and start seeing how they interact at that point. Conflicting entry signal types. That's a bit of a weird one. We jump up and down. Make me go faster? Probably not. Won't let me build that, right? Yeah, I say otherwise. This mod is really nice to have. The one that allows me to disable the disqualifiers for construction. Just, yep, build it anyway. I can fix that really quickly. What the hell are you trying to do? Well, these signals are okay with everything, surprisingly. What are you unhappy about? Is it because this isn't a path signal? Well, that made that block happy, at least. No, wrong one. Funnily enough, that not having those makes it unhappy because no exit signal. And as soon as I add those, it's fine. Yep, okay. That should be everything then. And that should just work now. Although, you know, I'm now realizing 6 isn't enough, is it? I mean, it might technically kind of be okay. I doubt it. I think if I get it to here, it'll be fine. I mean, I could just, make it work. I'm hitting all the wrong keys. Of course, it still didn't deconstruct the track, even though I asked it to. And again, under normal conditions in vanilla, this multi-lane setup going into the station would not work. You could do this with 2 separate tracks to go into the 2 separate sides of this one station, because again, it's a mod and I can do that. But for just having 3 lanes going into 2 separate sides like this with a joined section like that does not work in vanilla. It will always choose this path because it is the shortest. Because you go over to the side, which adds a little bit of length, but then this curve is shorter, so it puts it closer. It will always use this path and nothing else. I have a mod installed that changes that and makes the trains actually smart, so that if this block is filled, it'll fill this block or this block. It's all because of mods that I can get away with doing that. There's no good way to fix this. Like, there is one way to fix it, but I'm not entirely enthused about it. Oh, I can zoop it like that. That's kind of silly, not gonna lie. Well, let me actually add this first. Angle that into place. And then one of you. And then a bunch of you. Don't even have to force that one. Oh, nice. Yep, and they're good to go. Alright. So now I just have to re-add this. And now this is back to how it was, except now there's not clipping signals. And technically there's nothing preventing me from running a track down the center here, other than... why? I don't need to. One thing I guess I can do add buffer stops to the end of the stations. No, that is from that. And I'll redraw the buffer stop just to ensure that that's happy. Granted, I have no clue if this is actually happy. What the hell? Why is he fighting on the tracks? Well, that's different. Alright. Well, it's not bugging out anymore, at least. Technically, I could also route the output of this train over this way, but, like, this is already cluttered enough as it is here. Just send them back out and around. It does interfere with the input line here, but that's what this is for. Do I throw a block signal down over here somewhere? Not that I can change which side it's on. I don't think I do. Although that is a long-ass block. I have a solution for that. It's not necessarily a great solution, but it is a solution. What? Why are you unhappy? Flicker's right there. What? Is it because of the signal? Because, like, if that's your issue, build it anyway. Yeah, I mean, true, theoretically, but I'm not going to get around to making it work anytime soon, so... I'm just going to do it now. I wish I could scroll zoop that. Most of the traffic is going to be going up this way is the only problem. The way I'm thinking of doing this. Which is basically just yoink. And then I can re-add this right there. Grab that right there and there. And then you'll actually need to be moved down one further. I said one further. Re-add that before a train has issues because of it. Right there. Nope, it doesn't want to... This is annoying. Why are you unhappy? Seriously? There we go. There was probably a rogue junction in there somewhere that wasn't wanting to behave itself. I wanted to wave at you, but yeah, I... Okay, just held up the train lines for a little bit, no big deal. Can you actually place signals on a slope? Yes. Okay. Yes, but it sucks. Well, I'm not too surprised by that. Yeah, I've noticed that the things don't always want to place unless you're at a seam, which, to be fair, that's how it always used to be. They had to be placed on seams. So that much is nothing new, at least. So this isn't ideal, but it's fine because these are path blocks, right? So the train's gonna need a path through this block because it's too long, at least in theory, so it shouldn't be an issue that that block is actually so short. Just takes a minute. Also, stopping on a hill is really not ideal, not gonna lie. But we're gonna do that anyway. And that's how I found to fix that issue. Just place one facing the wrong way and it creates a seam. And then you can place the one facing the other direction the correct way. Not great, but it works. That should at least allow some amount of stacking. Simply because I will have 3 trains coming and going from this area. And by 3, I mean 3 times 2. That's the one I wanted. There. Slant. Alright, I think that should probably be good for this end of things. Good enough, at least. Assuming that I got the station count right. I hope I don't need more than 5 trains in a given station. And by 5, I mean 7 with locomotives. 5 carriages. Because that is 7 train lengths exactly. And you just require 5. In theory, by the end of the stream, I might be able to have a train running. It won't be carrying anything, but now that I know what is required, I at least might be able to make it run. This isn't truly representative. Also, that, hey, it actually worked that time. How do I drive the B? Oh, you can actually drive it. Okay. Oh, I want to drive this one. Ugh. I'm on the wrong track. I'm on the wrong track. I'm on the wrong track. Jet. Okay, let's ditch the B unit now that I know that it's working for sure. With the double honk from both of them. Overlapped a bit initially. Okay, good. You were in the station, so I can just do this. Why, hello there. You gonna settle at some point? Oh, I don't think it likes the cat being there. Or is it just the rocks? I don't know. It might just be the rocks. So how you doing? This train ain't having a good time. Oh, the camera's weird. Okay, now it's settled. Oh, those things are still spin. Oh, no, it's unhappy again. It does not want to settle. Unfortunately, I don't think this can crush the cat. There's a real heck, it's not even interactable for me. Yeah, what? Zero filters? Not a problem. Yay, mods. Oh, you're down here now, okay. Get back up there. Okay, so if I do it there, I'll need another row. Go that far. Like that, roughly? This might be too far, or unnecessarily far up. We'll see. Let's see, so this is just gonna be... Nope, that's not far enough, actually. Funny thing, it's not far enough. I need an additional 3. I can, because well, again, I don't think I said this, but because I operate my trains in shuttle mode, it means that I realistically need an extra space. 5, 6. Behind the station. That was enough. Yes, 6. I'll deal with that tree in a little bit. Of course, there is one issue here, and that is that, well, how do I queue? And I think I have a solution to that. Don't know why you went all the way out to there, but you sure did. Just build it into there. A full 780 line into 690. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, you're doing something really ambitious there, I'd say, theoretically. But more power to you for trying it. I don't know that I'll actually use those mergers at any point, personally. But I have mods, so I don't really need to. Literally, I can just, let's see, where are they? Logistics? Yep. Let's see, this has 1 input, and let's say I have 2 inputs, 4 outputs. Okay, I'm done. 2 in, 4 out, load balanced perfectly. Mods make it too easy. But at the same time, that's awesome, especially with the options that that presents you. Kiosk, did you see the screenshot in my Discord server? Are you even in my Discord server? I don't remember. But he posted a screenshot. You're not. He theoretically posted a screenshot of what he was doing with the priority mergers, and if you saw it, you would understand that that's not reasonable. That's not a reasonable solution. Yeah, I understand Discord is effort. Oh. A little far in, but it works. Oh boy. Yeah, it is horrifyingly beautiful, isn't it? But it is very horrifying. I don't know why you're snapping there. Oh, that's why. There we go. So this is dumb. But at the same time, because this junction is already here doing things, should be fine. So if the train's going to the other station, it goes that way. If it's coming out of the station, it comes from this way. But if it's going into this station, it goes this way. And that's just a three-way switch. With a lot of Z fighting on the tracks. Yeah, I mean, if it's working, theoretically, then good enough, right? And you're still just chilling there. Alright. How do you work out needing multiple trains to a stop with your shuttle method? Like, how do I work out how many I need, or the logistics of getting them all into the station? Not exactly sure what you're, meaning there. The latter. Logistics of getting them in the station, that was the latter one, right? I just wing it. Honestly. I just set it up and hope that it works well enough. Like with this one, how many of these trains did I set up? Don't mind the weirdness. Let's see. Or train 1. What? Or train 2. And then, yeah, I just set up 2 of these each. And, I don't know, that mostly works. You're filling up your pickup too fast. Need either more cars or more trains to not have a bottleneck. Well, I think with these I might have set over here. No, it's on the train that you do that. Well, you can edit the trains through here, apparently. Yeah. Do that or wait for time. Yes, discard the changes, because I didn't actually want to change anything. If it's having issues, I'll generally just mess with that, I think. Or add another train if there's not too much backing up on either end. These trains are a bit backed up, admittedly. Like, this ore train is only just arriving while this other one's approaching rapidly. But it's fine. I don't know, like I said, I kind of just wing it. I fiddle with it until it seems to work. But generally, I seem to get it good enough most of the time, first try. I don't have any more. I mean, I do. It's just over here, and I'm not going to take from there because I have more at the base. Let me at least set this one up. Figures. Bonk. There we go. What do I do? Q. Oh boy, which station do I want? That one. You, and then whatever this one is. Makes sense, it's the most recent one. And then, yeah, that is the default. Okay, good. Can slot in there, no problem. Also, look, pretty sky. Ooh. I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to be a rare chance for that to happen, and it's happened every single time, so... Mod, I guess? I don't know. Well, it can just about get stopped in time. Whoa. Colors. Station. Oh. Yeah, Oops. I only need 2 resources, but I'm pretty sure I said 6 of each. Or 3 of each, rather, for 6 total. I can always change this back if I need to. Alright. Well, I can just do that. That is 6. Put that like that. I can add the cars back. And it just picks up where it left off. Well, that's pretty cool. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool that it can just, yep. I was waiting for this to happen, and so I'm just gonna go now. The problem with getting the Easter egg horn is that it just takes so many attempts to get it usually that it just gets annoying. Alright, well, can I get off, please? I already see an issue here. Yeah, you pull into the station properly. Shit. Oh, boy. There we go. Yeah, like the bot said, we are in September, and starting tomorrow, gift subs, bundled gift subs of 5, well, for every 5 gift subs bundled, at least 1 extra gift sub will be provided. Free of charge. That's pretty cool. Alright, well that's a bit jank, I'm not gonna lie. But it kinda works. Of course, I guess what I could do, set this to be a path signal, and then set this to be a path signal, and then remove this path signal. So that way, like, this is its own block. This part with the station is its own block. So the train can start to depart, but it won't fully clear until it can get to the other side there. It's not great, I won't lie, but it works. Yeah, there's some spicy rocks down there. Well, like the bot said, it's time for a break, and by break it means end of the stream. Whee! Check in with the lizard doggos. They're all over here vaguely. Motors. Biofuel. Not bad. Rods are definitely a thing. Concrete. Can you guys not be all stacked up? Some pulse nobelisk. Screws? Well, okay then, doggo. Did I miss anyone? How about you? Nope. Alright. Whee! Let's see, how do I normally have my inventory stacked? I don't even remember. Get rid of the computers, get rid of the screws for sure. The rods can go, they're just excess. The concrete can stay, I guess. And then send those into there, send those into there. I'm full up on biofuel, huh? This one? Yes. Into there. No, but really, how do I have my inventory set up? You know, normally I don't even remember. Watch how fast this refills. I'll throw some extra items in there. Doesn't make much of a difference. And done. 2,500 items, just like that. Yeah. How many do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, and a bit uploaders all at the same time. So 13 uploaders, but I think the 13th is a bit slower than the other 12. Yeah, it refills quick. I figured I probably wasn't going to be using the nodes up there, the concrete and the quartz. So I just said, screw it. Built a factory solely for the purpose of making a shit ton of concrete. And it used the quartz instead of water. So a bit smaller footprint as well. And yeah, that's the end result. Just send it, basically. Versus like a more conventional one, even with me uploading, is much slower. I don't remember how many stacks of these items I take. Been too long. At least 1,000 wire. Cable is fine. Plates are fine. Concrete I've already done. Wait, what? Concrete? Yeah, okay. Rubber. Top that off. Plastic. Take another 2. That's 1,000, so that's fine. Rods are fine. Rotors are fine. Modular frames. Top off. Copper sheets. Good. Motors. Whoops. Performance seem better than you? I mean, upon loading in initially, I was immediately greeted by less than what I was set to get my frame rate. I feel like I have more pipes than that. So, it's certainly not worse, I don't think. Doesn't seem worse. I don't think I tend to keep any of this stuff. But not even this. Batteries. I feel like I have too many items. Maybe I extra motor stack, maybe? Maybe. I love how fast that is. It's absurd. Yeah, I mean, that seems fine. Frame rate's been stable. Yeah, I mean, mine seems to suffer a little bit during day-night transitions, and like right now I'm looking at, well, I have it set to 75, but I'm looking at about 65 to 67, 68. If I come over here a ways, though, it might improve. No, it's not improving. I think it's because it's transitioning into daytime still. Plus, this area is rather glowy. Anyway, in here, is there anything extra? There's that. No. And then that. Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with that. Auto saves. The space tick whale penguin thing. Oh, have I been calling it 1.0? But I had been calling it 1.1, whatever. Yay! Another part has been completed, and I don't feel completely burnt out because I haven't actually looked at building a bunch of machines yet. I've just been working on the train network. But, hey, you know? How it goes sometimes. But anyway, timer. Paused. Not paused on a nice round number. It's funny, you know, I wasn't intending last night, but I did get to pause it on an exact time. 16 hours, 16 minutes. This time I'm 6 seconds late on that. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Let's see. End scene. So yeah, that is going to be it for tonight. And the next stream ahead of us is not GTA 5. Thank you, bot. Next stream is Assetto Corsa. we're going to be doing the 1 hour of Indianapolis, which I am not looking forward to because, well, I said that we could forego this race if need be to make room for not compacting the schedule too much. So that should tell you about all you need to know about how much I care about this race. Yeah, I don't know. Just not a massive fan of Indy, I guess. The road course specifically. It's a fine track. Doesn't mean I care to race it in EJLMS though. Plus I don't know it that well, which doesn't help either. But that's what we're doing. EJLMS so that Max can get first, and assuming no other prototypes show up, I can get second. And, that's... What's the point? Technically, I don't even have to show up. Because, the championship is wrapped up already for LMP2. There might technically be a way for me to get back points on him, but it would require I win every single race, qualify on pole, get the fastest lap for the remainder of the season, and even then, there's no guarantee that it's going to overhaul his points total. Because he's won almost every single race this season. I think 2 he's missed out on. One of which was him fucking up so badly that I won. Woo! But yeah, there's no contention. I think I'm solidly in second, Max is solidly in first, so there's technically no need to race in EJLMS anymore this year, but I'll still turn up, I'll still run. So, oh, by the way, the bot said 9 p.m. there, 2100 EDT, 2030, 8:30 p.m. EDT. Gotta start half an hour earlier because if we actually ever start on time, I'm not going to have any time to practice outside of qualifying. So let me have a little bit of practice before doing that. And of course, the original post that the bot posted was GTA 5. That's Saturday night. So look forward to that as well, assuming people decide to show up at least. Yeah, that's the next 2 streams. As a reminder regarding the subathon, the timer, I'll keep it out for now, but the timer is going to go away because, well, it's not going to be active during the multiplayer streams. Simple as that. The subathon is on pause until Monday night, when I'll come back with, I don't even know what, maybe more Satisfactory, maybe something else. I finished up the Black Ops 2 playthrough. There's still more to do with Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2 and, well, not Black Ops, but Black Ops 2. Because I said I would do more with them, but we're done with the campaign at least. So I'll have to figure out what to do for that. But that's the next proper subathon stream. For now, it's paused because multiplayer streams and a timer counting down don't really mix all that well. And, technically there's more than enough time on the clock right now. It's not an issue, but that won't always be the case, necessarily, so I'll turn it back on for the moment, but yeah. The timer will be hidden over the weekend. It won't be ticking down, but any contributions made during that time will still add to the timer. That's the gist of that. So, yeah. That's basically it. If you want to watch some ads, stick around. If not, leave. If you're a sub or you have Twitch Turbo, you shouldn't see ads. But you know how Twitch can be sometimes. Heck, even if you're neither of those, if you're just a regular viewer, you still might not see ads. Because you know how Twitch can be. Regardless, though. If you want to guarantee that you won't see ads, subscribe and refresh the page. Or get Twitch Turbo and refresh the page, I guess, but I don't get any money from that directly. Or just leave. Do as you wish. Doesn't really matter. And, yeah. That all being said, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later.